In the first of our beginner's guides to the Essentials Start Here box for Infinity and 5, today we are going to look at what's in the box and the cardboard, excitingly, that you'll find herein. Welcome to the Infinity Institute from the Dice Gods. My name is Hydra, and today we are going to the very basics. This series of videos is going to be for you wonderful people who have either not done an Infinity before or even not done a war game. We're going to the very basics, starting with the Essentials Start Here box and what you can find and how you can use it and how you put it together and all that kind of exciting stuff. If you are a veteran, if you play Infinity already, this video isn't for you. This is very much for the newbies. So when you get this box, which if you've seen any of our videos, this is by far the easiest way that probably has ever existed to get into Infinity. In this box, we've got the 6 miniatures, we've got terrain, we've got table, we've got dice, we've got tokens, all this kind of stuff. We're going to talk today about mostly that cardboard, putting the terrain together, the stat sheets and the tokens that are in the box, what they are, what they're used for, how you can extend and expand them, all this kind of stuff. So let's crack into the box and get started. First of all, we're going to take care of this because we don't need this. This is all miniatures, and that's video 2. As you will see, I have already opened up this set. As one of our subscribers asked a question about the size of the mat, so I popped it open, got the tape measure out. So we're going to put the stat sheets aside for 1 minute. Sorry, they're not necessary, but let's have a look at this. When you open this setup, what you'll find on the very top is this. This is your playing mat. Infinity is normally played. Now, first of all, I am a Englishman and an old school wargamer, so I work in inches and feet and all that kind of stuff. Infinity does play in centimeters. That is an option, but I'll be working inches. I'm sorry about that. It's just one of those things. I'm just old as they come. So the actual board that we get in here is much smaller than the full Infinity board. You don't want to be playing with 6 miniatures on a full Infinity board. A full Infinity board is 48 inches by 48 inches. This is substantially less. But the great thing about this particular playing mat, aside from the fact that it's going to need squishing down if you want to play on it, is on the back we have our building instructions for the terrain that's in this box. So you're going to want to keep this to hand when you are putting the terrain together in case you get lost. Most of it is self-explanatory, but it's good to know if you do get stuck, this is where those instructions are on the back of the playing mat. So I'm going to keep that to hand just in case I have a moment, because you never know, it could happen. Now, the terrain inside this set is cardboard. It is thick cardboard. Let's just put this one out. Get rid of the recycling rubbish. That's right, people, we recycle. Got to think about the future. So we have these 5 unique sets. I don't think there's any of them are repeated. No, they're all a little bit different, which is very Infinity. Let's push some of these out, and then we're going to talk about what bits and pieces we have on here. I'm going to start with these, because you'll see we have 2 of these. These are your tape measures, because you have everything you need to play in this box. On one side, you have centimetres, if you're all newfangled and shiny. On the other side, you have inches, because this system works with both. 2 players, 2 rulers. Useful. Fantastic. The only other tokens you get in the box are these guys, and these are some of the most useful tokens you're going to have and the ones you're going to use the most frequently. So let's pop these out. These are regular orders. Now, we will, of course, be doing a video at a later point about how the game plays and all the rules and all that kind of good stuff. But for now, suffice it to say, as you'll see here, there are 6 regular orders. Every trooper in your army, sort of, will generate a regular order. You can spend these during your turn to activate a trooper. And the way you keep track of it is at the start of your turn, you count how many troopers you have left alive. So at the start of this game, you're going to have 3 each. And then you spend those orders against a trooper or troopers to activate them during your turn. These guys are invaluable. And as you'll see, we have exactly enough for the contents of this box. No more, no less. This is fine. However, you will need more. There's no two ways about that. You are going to need more. If you bought or if you buy the recently announced army pack for Infinity Essentials, which expands on this box, it's got 7 miniatures for Pano, and there's another army box with 7 miniatures for JSA, and it just bolts onto this set. You're going to need another 7 orders each, another 7 of these regular orders each. There are lots of places that you can buy these from. You can get them pre-made from companies like Microwriter Studio. They are the granddaddy of this kind of stuff. You'll see them everywhere. They use these designs. They're phenomenal. If you don't want to do that, if you're still just dipping toe and you don't want to invest in quite what will ultimately end up being quite a lot of money spent on tokens and markers, you can download a PDF file from the Corvus Belli website, which has a load of different tokens on. You can print those off. I know people that have glued them onto bases, like, just your standard sort of 25mm bases. They've glued them onto these. You can get like badge makers that you can do, that you can laminate them. There's a whole load of things you can do, but you can download those for free and print them off, not just on a normal printer, or get them professionally printed, whatever you see fit. So these will get you started for the Start Here box. This is all you need for this box, but going forward, you're going to need to get more, and the link to that PDF is down below in the description. Now, this card is cut and it comes off relatively nicely. You're probably not going to need anything to tidy this up at any point. I know some people like to tidy it up with knives, I've seen before. I've never felt the need to do that because they come out perfectly tidily in my experience. Let's get into this terrain. Let's have a look. So all of these guys have got labels for letters and numbers on them, which normally relates to the different bits and pieces. Or does it? Let's have a look. Nope, doesn't. That's exciting. So let's put one of these together. Here we have AP2. These are some of the easiest ones. You see how easy they just push out. Just push them out. Don't be scared. They're pretty nicely cut. Watch me screw this up. There we go. These pieces of terrain, and there's multiple ones like this, are really easy to go together. You just slot them in, give it a wiggle. Come on. There we go. These push together nicely. They are, as you can see, quite tight. I'm just going to do this one off screen before I mess it up. There we go. First piece of terrain build. That is how long that takes. Some people take these apart for storage. I don't, because as they come out and go on and go off, they will eventually wear and they'll sort of damage themselves. You end up with white pieces on your terrain. I don't like that so much. If you really want to keep them nice and firm, which you don't need to, I mean, they are very firmly well on there, but you can put a little bit of like wood glue or PVA glue in the joint before you push it together to glue it together. I've never felt the need. I've never really had to be honest with you. So that's one of the big ones. Yeah. Where's B? Let's have a look let's do one of the other similar ones. GB. There we go. As you can see, instructions are complicated. This is BB2. Still guys, BB2. And we do F5, F7 with him. And guess what? It's pushy fitty again. As you can see, this is not going to take you long to get these bits on the table. It's really not. And 2 pieces of terrain done while I'm chatting to you. Right, what's CB1? Corvus Belli 1. What is this? Oh, it's a bridge. Lots of things. So CB1 and GW1 and GW2. Not related to that company, I assure you. The only thing that you may need in these circumstances when you're putting this stuff together, is occasionally a bit of a pokey stick. So if you see here, we have these bits of cardboard that are stuck in. You can just sometimes need something just to poke them out a little bit. That's not the right thing at all. something that's a bit smaller than that so you don't damage the edges. There we go. So I'm just using these tweezers just to pop out the bits of card. It's really not difficult. It's the joy of this terrain. It's not particularly complicated in its construction. It's nice. It's nicely designed. It's nicely sort of flavoured in its design. This should just go on. Let's have a look. I'm doing this off screen. Sorry, guys. This is again pushy fitty. It's nicely designed, so it's got lots of flavour to it without being particularly complicated. As you see here, I've pushed the 3 of those sticks through this end, and suddenly we've got this guy half built. Let's just do that for the other end. Boom. There you go. Oh, a little bit of terrain. And this also has these slots in here, so I imagine it fits together with other pieces. Now you can see, I think here, see the top of that's just lifted a little bit. That's why I wouldn't take them apart and put them back together again, because they do, over a period of time, come apart if you take them apart and put them back together. So I wouldn't recommend that. I'd put them together, keep them together. You know, you can store things in like this. They go together nice and tidy for storage out of the way. So that is our power and data connector, apparently. These are access panels and these are blast barriers. They have names. Amazing. Let's have a look at an octo container. OCB1. Where's an OCB1? Right, there's OC1 and OC2. So apparently OC1, OC3 go together. Now I need OCB1. Where's OCB? That's OCB1. It's this big one here. It's OCB1 by all accounts. Oof. Yeah, chunky boy. So again, we've got the bits of card that need poking out around here. I'm just going to poke those out. You're getting an idea of how quick and easy this is to put together. This terrain is really nice. It's you know, we're on Shinju straight away. We've got the look and feel of the planet where this is taking place. If you don't know, planet Shinju is a recently discovered planet, discovered by the Japanese Secessionist Army, the JSA. They kind of stabbed Pano in the back in the process of taking this planet and calling it their own, which is kind of why the JSA and the Pano-Oceania are having the punch up that we are covering with these sets. So yeah, they're all after the resources of the new planet Shinju, and it's all got a little bit nasty. So if we all learned to play nicely, this game would be a lot more boring, but we could all get along. So again, push fit, and yeah, I mean, this terrain is just nice. It just does the job. I'm going to get a tag and stick it on here in a minute and show you how tough this stuff is. So there you go. Job done. We have a octo container. Some of you will be wanting to know, if you haven't seen these in the flesh, how they stack off size-wise. So for scale, we have a guided missile remote there, the new Tick Balang there, and a standard Fennec Fusilier from Sandtrap there. So this is going to hide anything that's sort of normal person size is going to hide completely behind this, and even the larger tags are going to kind of disappear. They're not going to be able to be probably seen behind that. Maybe just. The remote's definitely going to be long gone behind that. So if you stand up like that, your tag's gone too. So they're a good size. And also, you know, it's good quality card, so you can put some weight on it and it will take it. Let's put him out of the way for a minute. I wonder if we can be dead cheeky. Yep. This is a very heavy, basically full set of asphalt terrain materials, so these are tough. They will take a bit of a knocking. That's our octo, and then we have generators. Right, let's find our generators. Oh, straight onto a generator there. Here we go. That is GW2. And then we need GR1 or GR2. Well, there's GR1 straight away. That's good. And then I need GBU1 as well. Interesting. So, again, we get the pokey stick of power. Well, off you go. These are nicely scored as well. You can see straight away they start bending the way you need to cut them. So you're not going to need any force for this. They're going to hold themselves together. You don't need glue unless you're paranoid, and you want to just put a little bit of glue just to make sure that they survive. I really don't think you need to, any way, shape or form. But some people may like to, because some people are like that. And take the view of better too safe than too sorry. It's easy to put together. I can do it while talking inanities to you. It goes through there. And we have a generator. So we have multiple ones of these to build. I'm going to do that, and then I'll come back with you guys when they are all together. So I will see you in a minute. And then all of 4 exciting minutes later, we're done. So we have all of our barriers, bits and pieces, tokens, and terrain ready to roll. For this, we had dice even. We have our very nice and exciting stat cards, weapon cards, up the right way. We have those as well. After that, the next thing to add is going to be miniatures. And those we're going to deal with in the next video. As you can see, the Start Here terrain is incredibly easy to build, and yeah, we'll move on to the slightly more scary and intimidating building of miniatures and getting those ready for the tabletop next. If you've enjoyed this, please like, subscribe and share, of course, and do consider becoming a member, because members are going to get lots of exclusive bits and pieces relating to this series and early access as well, plus get to ask me questions and all this kind of jazz. So we hope you enjoyed this first video in the beginner's guide to the Essential System for Infinity, and we will see you on the next one. Goodbye.